listening to The Kelly Slusher Show with your host, Kelly Slusher.
Come on down and save big at So Sorry. We've got all the selections of all the name brands slightly off. Come on down to So Sorry, where the savings on latest fashions never end. Save big. So Sorry, slightly irregular fashions. We've got all the latest fashions and styles, just slightly off. So you save big. The savings never ends. And starting now, save 50%. Buy another thing and save an additional 75%, a savings of 150%. Wow! Come on down to So Sorry, located in the Brunswick Shopping Center, located on the corner to the left near Patty's Club Salad. All leading name brands. Our mistakes are your savings. Latest fashions, slightly off. Some of our fashions are shirts, one pant leg too long, shirt too short, bleach stains, no armholes, and some are missing a cuff. Slightly irregular fashions. Wow, no way.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Did you like that sketch? So sorry. I made that a while back. I didn't have anything fresh, but it's always fun to put, you'd have to listen to every single episode to hear all these little nuggets that I stick in there. So I can repeat them. Yes, I can. And that was So Sorry sketch. It was, silly willy, like SEW, sorry. So funny. But what I'm also so sorrying about, sorry, that I missed my podcast episode last week. And then I'm also so sorry that I made a mistake my last podcast episode, and there was like 20 minutes of just quiet sound, because I did not edit something out, so I didn't double check it, which I normally do, but sometimes when you're in a hurry, you just get it done. However, I listened to it immediately afterwards. I will listen to it streaming somewhere to just make sure it sounds right, and I did notice it, fixed the problem, and then it never updated in the RSS feed. And that darn RSS feed, I'm going to say, is it's very, I don't know, it just seems really like fragile. Like you have to be really careful. I mean, of course you have to, like, if you're going to update an episode, you have to put the exact title and everything exactly as it was, and it just overrides the previous one. But it didn't do that. And I didn't notice it because normally it does, because I've had to do that several times. And then I didn't notice it until the nighttime. So then I just decided, since it wasn't updating with the correct file, I just deleted it. And then I re-uploaded it, and I had to name it something different so it didn't confuse the RSS feed. So I titled it something different, and then the back end I had to, for the file itself, I had to, add an extra 0 to like episode 0074 or whatever, 75, what it was. So it didn't confuse it. This is details you need to know about, but I'm just I know what I'm doing. I hate when that happens. It's like I need someone else to double check me before I just willy-nilly. Cause I don't know. I don't want to seem like I don't, that's lame. So I've never done that before. I don't think I might've. I think I did it once and I caught it and it updated it, and it was like, but then again, I don't know if people listen to it the day of. The reason why I chose Wednesday to release my podcast is because that was the day that I noticed that on the back end, I noticed more people were listening to it on Wednesdays. That was like the day. And so I was like, well, it looks like that's the day. But now that I've done that, I notice that's not necessarily the truth. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Last week there was a snowstorm and I just wasn't feeling funny. I was in more survival mode. I was fine. My power never went out, which is wonderful. It was such a big blessing. And because I don't have a backup generator, and also most of my stuff is powered by electricity, minus my oven, my stove. I could have still cooked, but it would have been really cold. No hot water. And I was just praying, no, please. I don't want my power to go out. And I would look on I still had internet and everything. And I could look on my, there's this local little thing that we have here where you can see updates and online. And I saw all these power outages. And there was one point, 10,000 people lost their power. And then I like looked at the map, and it was like my little dot where I was at, and like everyone surrounding me, like above, like north, and then to like the east. I mean, thousands of people had lost their power, and then the grid that I'm on stayed on. So that was amazing. I did get stuck in here because I live at a higher elevation, which I knew moving into the spot that I'm in, I knew it was sketchy. Like the whole time I was like, if it snows, I'm not gonna like this so much, because I do not like driving in it. There's some people that love snow and they're so excited. Like to me, it's pretty, but as far as like, I've already been there, done that. I lived up in Oregon, like way up in the Columbia Gorge for a couple seasons, and it like snowed all the time. And I had like a Subaru. I put like studded snow tires on my Subaru because you had to. So like any ice, and I had it. So it was so outfitted for the weather. I don't have that now. I don't have that. And, you wouldn't need that here. Like it happens like every 3 years. So you just basically don't drive. You just stay home. And so I was scheduled to work on Thursday, the day where it was really hitting hard. And I just like, I texted the head baker the night before. I'm like, yeah, I just tried to scrape all the snow off my truck from the previous, because Tuesday it was really crazy. And it was like, my truck was covered like a pile of snow. I tried to scoop it off, and underneath it was just pure ice. And I was like, I couldn't even open the door. I just gave up, and I was like, I am not doing this. Besides, the road was insane. There was no way I was going to drive on that road. And then throughout the day, all these trees were falling on that road. I was like, yeah, no. I'm so glad I didn't because there was also the option someone could come pick me up, but then I probably couldn't have gotten home. It was really intense. And then it was supposed to ice over. So on Saturday, when I had to get to the bakery job, if you're new to this podcast, I am a pastry chef on the weekends. I kind of like to say temporarily, because it's not going to be forever. It was just more about me learning the trade, and I learned it real well. And but so I have to get there at 4. No, I have to get there at 5. But I wake up super early, and it was supposed to be icy. So then I had to stay the night at a coworker's house, and I slept on her couch because it was really close down where I was going to be, because I could just walk to work. And it was hard. It was a rough night because I had to sleep on her couch. But I didn't realize it was going to be in her bedroom. I thought it was going to be because she had offered it before, and I was like, hey, can I just take you up on that offer and just sleep on your couch? And I thought it'd be in the living room, but it was in her bedroom. And that's always awkward because I couldn't sleep. And so I kept I just couldn't sleep. I literally did not sleep one wink all night long. And weird things, weird activities were happening. It's this really old town, and there was these lights shining in the window, not like a flashlight, but almost like a car light. But none of that made sense. There would have been no car there because of the way I even looked at the map afterwards. I'm like, what was that? What was that? And then the light turned on for no reason. So there was a lot of activity. I was like, okay, just stay away from me, whatever you are. I don't know. I don't like this, but, so with that, and then just uncomfortable. Anyway, I was stressed. So then I wake up, and then I leave, and I'm like, I realized I didn't wear the right boots. These didn't have a really good traction on them. So I was like, oh, lovely. Not going to fall. Everything was iced over on the road to walk to work. And it was maybe 5 minutes, 5-minute walk. But boy, I was taking the tiniest little baby steps, and I used my flashlight to just shine wherever I was going to walk. And I'm like, oh, that's ice. Oh, that's ice. Oh, there's a dry patch. I literally was very smart about it because I'm not falling. That would be inconvenient. So finally I got to work at so early, and I cannot believe how tired. I was like, wow, really? No. Oh, wow. No sleep. Zero sleep. And I was able to get through it. I was able to get a ride home, and then I was able to sleep very, very, very well through the next night. And it was the best sleep ever. And you're so tired. Anyway, I'm good. But it was I wasn't feeling, I I wasn't feeling upbeat. And this podcast to me in the world was what is going on right now in the world and all the stuff happening, the crazy, that's been happening it's always been happening. It's been happening forever. But it's coming to the surface, so people kind of have to face what's been happening under the surface, It's pretty dark. So I always wanted this I've always thought about this, and it's always been my intentions for this podcast to be a place, kind of like a refuge, like a place you can go to where you're just not having to worry about the things in the world and the problems in the world. Because I can talk about things, but I won't. I'm not going to talk about it. Sometimes I'll bring things up that bug me, but for the most part, this is a feel-good podcast. It's about fun. It's not about ignoring things in life and, checking out. But in this space right here, you can come here and it's going to be uplifting. So I wasn't feeling that last week. I was in survive. It felt like survival mode because I was literally stuck I couldn't get out on Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday I was stuck. Friday there was so much snow because it stopped snowing. It snowed a little bit, and then when it stopped snowing, like in the afternoon, there was so much snow. It was like 2 some feet of snow, like out my door, and then like this ponderosa tree kept dropping more and more snow in my walking, like right where the porch stops and you walk into the yard. But it was like giant, it was like avalanches. And these trees dumping snow on the roof. And had I not have a stable roof, because it was also branches, I don't know what would have happened. Like, it's seriously built very strong. And my landlord texted me. She goes, by the way, that cabin's very incredibly strong. And I was like, yeah, because if it wasn't, there'd be holes in the roof. Like, this is insane. So there's that feeling of like every time I would hear, because it's small and there's no insulation. There's nothing between the roof and me. Like, there's a roof, but there's not like an attic or anything. So it was intense. And then like I don't like living around ponderosa trees because they're also called widowmakers because the limbs can just like fall huge, like all these limbs, giant ones have come crashing down onto the neighbor's fence with snow because it was too heavy. And so it's quite dangerous to even so I had to keep looking up when I was like walking and making sure. And then there's these steps that led down to, I have a shared property. There's my house. I have my own space. And then there's another house. And I have to walk past that house to get to my vehicle. But to get down these little steps, because I'm a little higher up, there's probably like 5 steps. They were covered in snow and bushes because all the landscape had blown into the stairs. So it was so hard to get out of the yard. So when I realized that on Wednesday, I knew it was only going to get worse because it was going to snow again. I was like, well, I'm kind of stuck in here because I don't want to fall trying to get out. So it was so crazy. And then I had to shovel 2 feet of snow off my truck on Friday. And I was like, wow, this is insane. And then my landlord called and like, oh, she sent some people to scoop the snow up. And I'm like, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. I thought I was going to do this myself. Your neighbors aren't going to help because they've got a problem. They've got to scoop their snow. But I did spend like an hour just shoveling snow, just trying to get out. And I was like, this is so stupid. moving. I'm not going to be here next year. There's in this location, in this little house next year, I'm going to be moving. Okay, so before the snowstorm, I was really excited because I had made these Valentine cookies. I talked about it. I was geeking out on them. And so now, so then I went around and I put some cookies in my friend's mailbox. I brought one for her and her husband, put in this cute little box, stuck it in the mailbox, and then I texted her, I'm like, I put some Valentine's cookies in your mailbox, and she was so excited. And I did that for a couple other people, like some friends, because it just reminded me of like being a child, like giving Valentine's to friends, it's cute. And then during the snowstorm, I was laughing because I forgot that I ran out of vanilla extract, which is one of my main ingredients. I mean, it's the most delicious thing in the world. It makes everything taste like, it's like you just add a little warm hug to anything cinnamon does the same thing, but vanilla just makes it so delicious. And I ran out. And then I also realized my other main ingredient was powdered sugar, and I was really low on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be dumb if I called 911? 911, what's your emergency? Yes, I ran out of vanilla extract, and can you come deliver it to me, please? It's a snowstorm. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, and can you also pick up like a couple bags of powdered sugar? Can it be organic powdered sugar? I'd end up on the police blotter. That'd be really funny. Some crazy lady called 911 because she ran out of vanilla extract in a snowstorm. How am I supposed to practice my cookie baking? I've got all this time. That's okay. I spent like hours reading cookbooks and getting more. I learned it even more. No, I did. I learned a lot. I got even more ideas. Anyway, this podcast, I have a lot of pent up energy. The other thing I want to talk about. So before the whole snowstorm thing, this is so dumb, but I'm going to talk about it. So I've talked about this. I live in a small town, and it's one of these places that people will move to because it's so cool. And if you're a musician or if you're involved with any of the arts and stuff like that, and you don't want to live in a big city, but you want the best of both worlds, to me, it's a cool place because there's a lot of music. There's so much that goes on here, but it's small. And to me, I love small towns. So to me, it was like, it's been this like amazing fit of everything I've wanted. And so I've been here quite a while, and it's taken me time. I had to meet people, and you kind of have to get your grounding. You have to like get your thing, but it kind of takes time. You got to meet people, and it's a very tight-knit community. So there's people that move here, and I've watched this happen. They're like, I'm going to take this. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do this. And then like it just spits them out because there's no room for you. Bing, leave. It's small. Every position here is filled with like people that have been here their whole lives, You could, but you still need the community to support you, and you can't be a jerk. So, okay, so I'm leading up to this. Okay, the reason why I'm saying all this is because there's this little store I like to go to, and it's a little natural store. It's one of the places I go. I probably go like once a week, and I've been going to this place for, on and off for years. This place has been around for a long time. Oh, okay, but there's this newer employee there. And, anyway, so, it's this guy. And I was shopping, this is a couple months ago, I was shopping, and I walked up to the register, I was paying, and he was like, oh, wow, look at all your pink. Wow, so, he was being really, really nice. And like, oh, that's so cool. It's rare to see so much pink. And like, everyone in the winter, everyone always wears dark colors. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't really say a lot. I was like, yeah, I love pink. And what I didn't tell him was, well, it's probably laundry day. And I think it was like, well, I had to do laundry, and, I just kind of wore what was clean. And so my whole outfit ended up being this like pink outfit, which is fine, but it wasn't like I did it on purpose. I do have a lot of pink though. Anyway, so he's like really kind of flirty, and I was like, whatever. And then I left, and I was like, yeah, I think that guy kind of liked me. I think he fancied me, but I didn't really care, wasn't interested. And I think it happened a couple times. He was kind of like that. And then I kind of didn't like going in the mornings because I didn't want to deal with it because I just wasn't interested in him, and I don't know, made me uncomfortable. But one time I was in there and I heard him talk about how he was from LA, and I think he had just moved here, and it was probably like he got this job as a clerk. It's probably like his entry-level job into this town. Anyway, so fast forward a couple months later. This is a couple months later. This just happened right before the snowstorm. I went in there, and it was like just him at the register working, and I just said, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sometimes I talk like that. Good morning. Because that's just me. I don't know. It wasn't anything. I wasn't trying to flirt with him. I was just saying, good morning. And I was just shopping and getting my stuff and going, and I was kind of in a hurry, and I just kind of grabbed a bunch of stuff and got to the register. and he was being the opposite. He was being so mean. He was being so rude to me. I was like, and I didn't really notice it until I was like, oh, I forgot my bags. And he's like, what does that mean? I was like, I need bags. Like, can I purchase some bags? And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And then, I don't know. It's just like every little thing. And he threw the bag down. He wouldn't put the groceries in there for me. And it was just very uncomfortable. And I've never had any clerk ever be this rude to me. And probably never had a clerk be that flirty with me. So it's anyway, the whole thing was so uncomfortable, and it was terrible, and it was so uncalled for. And I just was like, hey, I was just kind of shocked, like, oh my goodness, what is your problem? I didn't say anything, and I was like, what? This is so dumb. And so then it was bad. Like, it was bad. It was uncalled for. And I don't know what his problem was. And I'm like, maybe because I don't like him, I was not giving him anything back, and that he just decided to be incredibly rude to me. But it was bad. I mean, through my life, I don't think I ever had an experience like that. I left going, ew. And I was like, well, I guess I can't go in there. I'm like, oh no, I'm going in there. But if I walk in and he's the only person there and at the register, I walk out. Like, I'm not gonna have someone treat me that way. So then I was like, of course, I started thinking, like, what happened? Did I do something? Was there something that was said that was I being rude? Was I, like, no. I'm like, nope, just being me, just doing my thing, getting my groceries. Okay, bye. But anyway, that just really bothered me enough to even talk about it on this podcast. I don't know. I just don't. It's just like I say, it's just such a small town, and, you kind of see the same people, and I don't know. He's not going to last. He doesn't know anything about me anyway. And I just really didn't like that, and nobody would. And it was just me trying to get through my life, and especially when I get so busy with stuff, and it's like, now what am I dealing with this? Like, I think it's probably because it could be because I didn't like him, and then maybe his ego was deflated. But boy, you're not a very nice person anyway. So anyway, moving on. So because I don't really have a lot to on my list, I'm gonna do what I did a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna randomly scroll down to a random list, and I'm gonna read it off. Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doobie-doo. New York Art Parade. Yeah, I was in an art parade in New York. What's up with guys sitting in their big trucks with their diesel trucks idling? I don't know. I don't get it. Uncle. I don't know what that means. 12 bags of chips. I don't know what that means. What are you making in your air fryer? Air. Fresh colored clothing. Slipping on a banana pill. Pig in a tutu. One tom. Taking off the drums. Oh, one tom. So on a drum set, my drum set came with the 2 rack toms, and a lot of guys or women or whatever, the hipsters, I don't know if it's as popular anymore, they always take off the little tom. They're like, get it out. It's not cool. I don't need a full fill. I just need to do like a little small fill. I don't need that extra tom. It was a thing. And I would always see it at shows, and I'd be like paying attention to the drums. I'm like, oh, they don't. And if they had the second tom, I'm like, oh, they're cool. Because they're not embarrassed to do it. I mean, I like the 2 toms. It means you can do a full fill, right? It gives you more options, and it's cool. But it had this thought. I'm like, where do all the small toms live that come with the kits? They're just there. You can get kits without it, but most of them, it has still has the baby tom, even though they're discriminated against. Where do they go? There's a land of small toms. There's like one room, and it's full of all the thrown away, the discarded small toms. Dude of chimichanga. Don't know what that means. I like the word chimichanga. Bird has a mirror. They put mirrors in bird cages, so the bird thinks like it has a friend. You're not very smart. hello, who are you? How are you doing? What if we were talking to just ourselves and we thought we had friends, but it was just a mirror? Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, and it's a hat. That's something I like to do. Oh, what a great little plate you have. And it's a hat. It's a really great way to introduce yourself to someone that you've never talked to, especially like a great entry party line. If you're at a party and you don't know what to say, like, wow, that's a nice phone you have. And it's a hat. Wow, look at your, those are nice glasses. And it's a hat. Wow, look at that tray of hot dogs. And it's a hat. Wow, look at that. This is a nice lamp, and it's a hat. What is a Taco Bell? Let's see. Pocket food, Twee Pop, New York blackout. I was in the New York blackout. Yes, I was. One of the biggest blackouts in New York. I think it was 2003. I was in that. And today was a good day. I didn't have to use my AK. Rocking song. The flies are pink. Oh, so before the snowstorm, my house had a ton of ants crawling up I might have talked about this in my podcast, my last one, but it had a ton of ants, and it was really freaking me out because I'd like spray them with water, try to get them out the house. I'm like, I know this is mean, but they will, if you've ever had ants, they will take over. So, I contacted my landlord, and she brought some of the stuff, and it wasn't really working. Like, they were still around. And then finally I think it started working, but one ant got inside of my house, and I didn't kill the ant. And the reason why I don't do that, it might sound crazy, I don't know if I talked about this last time, but if you kill ants, if you've seen ants, it sends off a pheromone and it goes to the rest of the ants. It says, hey, there's something to protect in there. Let's all go in. But if you leave it alone, it's not going to hurt anything. And you keep your house clean so it doesn't find anything like, ooh, sugar or whatever whatever they're looking for. They could actually be just looking for water, I can't really avoid your water situation. But anyway, but for the most part, I think they're looking for like sugar and stuff. Food. Didn't find anything. So I just let it wander around. And so in the snowstorm, all of his family or whatever, his tribe, what do you call it? Ants, whatever, where he's from. I don't know, there's a name for it. I'll remember it after I release the podcast. I'm like, what a silly. There's a name for that. But all the rest of them, like, they were gone, right? They were wiped out from the freezing cold. And he was freaked out. He was like he just kept walking around. I saw him on like at the windowsill, and I was like, I'm not going to kill him, like he's already suffering a traumatic life of losing his entire tribe to they weren't there anymore. So I'm sure he was like, what the hell? He seemed like he was like walking like kind of shaky. That'd be freaky. So I did feel bad for him, but I was vacuuming some of them up. So like, that's another way to do it. So that doesn't like release anything that I know of. Didn't seem to get worse after I did that. Gerber baby foods for adults in the 70s. I don't know if I talked about that. They marketed Gerber baby food for, they were trying to get into the market and of college students, hey, you want baby food mushed up? I don't think it was any different either. It flopped. Just, ice cream for bears. That was a real thing I saw. I only eat teeth-colored food so I don't have to brush my teeth. Not really, but that's a funny joke. What? This was noteworthy. Driving a unicycle, juggling hard-boiled eggs. What was I thinking? Sometimes I'll like type really fast, and I just like it probably was riding a unicycle. But juggling hard-boiled eggs is a weird thing to put on there. I don't know. Or soft-boiled eggs. There's a difference. That don't add up to a hill of beans. There's more than one way to skin a cat. How about no ways? No ways to skin a cat. I'm just kind of letting my eyes land. The list is very long. Okay. I'm just letting my eyes land. Oh, I don't like parades. I'm a closet introvert. Me, my poodles and noodles. Taps. Vintage bake sale. Costco people are mole people. Oh, that's funny. I'm an artist. What kind of artist are you? I'm a sandwich artist. You took me to Long John Silver's when I really wanted Red Lobster. That's a note. Oh, here's I was at a coffee shop. No, I was at a place called Rosie's. Well, it was a couple years ago with somebody having breakfast, and the lady kept asking. She'd come over to the table. She's like, "Do you want some more coffee?" And then, like, it kept happening. Like, it kept happening. Like, as if almost like she had Alzheimer's. Like, it was so frequent, and it was the strangest thing. Like, no, you just poured me some coffee. Do you want more coffee? More coffee for you guys? No, we're good. You were just here. And then it would happen like 2 minutes later. You guys want more coffee? I'm like, no more coffee. No more coffee. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna add this little song I found that I recorded. Sometimes I really like to sing these hymns. They remind me of Christmas songs. They're so pretty. So my voice does really well in a certain style, and this is a nice style. Jazz is a nice style. I think I get my fullest expression when I sing in these styles. This not as much as like when I sing jazz, but my full voice. Anyway, I'm gonna leave with this one because it's so pretty. In a time of anxiety, let's listen. It's just so pretty. Like, it's peaceful, and it feels so good. Okay. Thanks for listening, and yeah, I'm glad that I recorded this, and I'll be back next week. And yeah, thanks for listening. Okay, bye. I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord. No tender voice like thine can peace afford. I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior, I call to thee. I need thee every hour, stay thou nearby. Temptations lose their power when thou art nigh. I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior, I call to thee. I need thee every hour, in joy or pain. Come quickly and abide, for life is in vain. I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior, I call to thee. I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord. No tender voice like thine can peace afford. I need